And a good day, all of you. Jean Henderson Pierre, the Beverage Ramble, back again with you. Another Beverage Ramble edition today. Boatswain Double IPA, 8.4% ABV. Beer Advocate gives it a poor score, 64, poor. 3.06 out of 5 on tap. They're not too fond of this either. Or 3.14, I guess. So, but interesting enough, of course, this beer is sold exclusively at Trader Joe's, brewed in Wisconsin, Rhinelander or Minhas craft brewery. Um, the Twin Screw Steamer. I'll go by just Boatswain IPA. So, anyway, anywho. It says has extra hops and extra, so it gives it a very firmness, a drinkability. So there's a pleasant bitterness too. So I guess this would be considered just an American IPA style. I'm not going to call it a Imperial, even though it may be up at that level in terms of the ABV, but it's not. This is my second beer I've had from them, of the Boatswain line. I haven't had their hazy, lazy IPA, but I've had their heavy vessel, which is their extra strong ale, and their regular IPA. So all these beers are sold exclusively at Trader Joe's. And interesting enough, people say Trader Joe's, and they do put out some good stuff. And, there many of the average beer drinkers, kind of dismiss it. But actually, I was reading an article, and this article kind of came out recently. I think late February of this year, and they were ranking all the Trader Joe beers, and I think they gave this a very good mark. I think they ranked it, number 9. I think ranked it at number 11. Excuse me. Yeah, they kind of gave it a very. One of the folks has said that it's a gave this standing called "It's smooth but weird." So we shall see. But like the color very much. Definitely enjoy the color. Looks very, very nice. Beautiful day out there, but it's a little windy. Not too bad. Yeah, I did some shopping the other day, and I was picking up a lot of stuff at Trader Joe's. They had a lot of singles, a lot of stuff I bought from some of their line of beers, other stuff I haven't had. One thing you do know, they do support the local, all the local breweries. Making sure they have all the local stuff there. From this brewery or that brewery in that state. So anyway, smells fragrant. Here we go. A little piney, a little sense of a pine flavor. There is definitely citrus there, but there is a little sweetness to it. It's decent. I mean, it ain't gonna be great, but it's okay. Pine flavor's there. I would say it's very sweet, but I think it's mildly sweet. Definitely has a little bite down there, bite and finish. Definitely the hops. I'm guessing using Centennial and Cascade hops in this beer. So I didn't say it's not a poor beer, but it's not a horrible beer. So, mentioned Trader Joe's, a lot of these stores. Again, not to be repetitive, I will. Over the last 40 years or so, even longer than that, have had contract agreements. The big boys, whatever. But produce beers for our stores, our names on it. You want to make sure we want to represent ourselves in the right way. They get into agreements with some of these vineyards, distilleries, breweries. We want to make this have but it's going to be sold exclusively at our stores. Walmart tried it, and they were somewhat successful with their craft beer line that they did. I remember one of them was the Cat's Away IPA, and I thought it was decent, but then they had others they just were just swing and a miss. Rockdale. No, bad memories about that. But there are other beers and other wines they've done. Same Kirkland's, which is sold exclusively at Costco. Members Mark sold exclusively at Sam's Club. You got all these agreements. Lidl, I know they have an agreement with whatever German brewery to produce some of their beers. Same with Lidl, same with Aldi's as well. When you go there. All of them been successful. The wines as well. Been very successful. Some have been not so good. And but Trader Joe's in this case, I think they've done a pretty good job. Most of the beers I've had the Simpler Times Lager. I still have some in the refrigerator. I've had their Simpler Times Lager. I've had the let's see what else I had. Simpler Times Lager. The Pilsner. I've mentioned the Boatswain, and I've had the Stockyard Stout. So, in my opinion, I think they've done pretty good on some of their beers. I think nothing has been terrible I've had from them. So, and in this case right here, I'm kind of shaking my head about the score on this one. The Orange Bloom is another one of their other beers, which is a lager. So. As far as this one, this double IPA, 8.4, I'm not feeling the heaviness, the booziness of this for a strong beer, a high ABV. It's, like I say, mildly sweet. Definitely has some of the hop flavors that you get. I'm guessing Centennial. I'm guessing it's Cascade. And there's a nice pine finish, but again, can it stand against the other double IPAs? Probably not. I mean, I'll give it a try, but I won't say, oh, it's the best ever. People say, well, I'll pick this over that. If you do a blind taste test, I'm sure others will say, no, give me that one, this one, over that. I'm just saying. Look, I don't get the poor score. Why did it go poor? But I think it's unique. But just like I said, it's just, as the writer says, kind of weird. But I think it's a decent, decent double IPA. It's in the same class as some of the ones like the Rebel Rouser, from Boss Sam Adams or any others. Nah. But like I said, I'm not going to go pour on this one as a bad beer. I think it's okay. Fair, okay score. So I'll go 7.3, 7.4. So okay for the Boatswain Double IPA. Interesting flavors. Not very sweet. There's a mild sweetness, despite some would say. But I think it can, want to introduce someone to a double IPA, you can to this. And it's readily inexpensive. I know the 4-pack goes for $4.99. Some places $5.99. Again, varies by places. And Trader Joe's, surprisingly, is not that expensive, which I thought it was when I went there the first time. But actually, I was like, man, this is all right, So anyway, it's just me. I'm a single guy, by the way. Just live in my little apartment. So that's my score, 7.3, okay, for the Boatswain Double IPA. Try it out. See what you think. John Henderson Pierre, the Beverage Ramble. So you can keep on watching as always. Cheers, live, laugh, and love. Boatswain, Double Double IPA.